let's take a look. Let's dive into the first example. So this one tells us to solve 15 minus 2x is equal to 7x and to check our solution. So because my handwriting is extra big with this stylus, I decided to just rewrite it so that I can actually, not make it just a big mess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of teach this the way that I usually do. I'm a very visual person, and some people think that it's extra to do all the steps that I do. But just because it does end up helping some of those people, I'm going to first start out by where my equal sign is. I'm going to draw a wall because I know that if I want to cross from one side of the wall to the other, that I'm going to have to do the inverse operation in order to undo that. In order to do that step, get a different color. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at each term that I have, and I have to decide if it's a constant term or if it's a variable term. So if it has a variable term, it means it's going to have like a letter in it, X, Y, whatever. And I'm going to identify then the terms that don't have that. So I'm going to take, and I call this shape coding, and I also will use colors, but you won't always have colors. So I'm going to first take this purple, and I'm going to box in this 15. This 15 is a constant. It's just a number, and it doesn't have any letters attached to it. So there are no variables. So I'm going to give that a rectangle, a purple rectangle. And I don't see any other terms in this equation that have a constant, that are constant. The rest look like they have the X with them. So I'm going to give this a different shape and a different color. So I'm going to call this negative 2x. I'm going to give that a yellow circle, and I'm going to give the negative 7x yellow circle because these match and they can actually be combined. Even though they're not on the same side of the equation, we can actually cross one of these over to the other side. So we want to collect all of the variables on one side and leave that 15 over here. So I'm going to cross this one over to this side. But in order to do that, I have to do the inverse of what it is. So it's a negative 2x. So to undo a negative 2x, we're going to add 2x. So I'm going to also add 2x to this side. All right, so that's going to cancel the 2x out on the left side, but we're also going to have to simplify on the other side. So I have to combine the negative 7x, the plus 2x. A negative 7 and a positive 2 is a negative 5x. So I'm going to write negative 5x down here. And I'm going to bring my 15 down here. And then to finish this off, I need to look at x. X is being multiplied by a negative 5. So in order to undo that and get x all by itself, I need to divide by a negative 5. And if I do that to one side, I have to do it to both sides. So now I have that 15 over negative 5 is equal to our x, but I need to simplify that 15 over negative 5. So because 15 or 5 goes into 15 3 times, and because one of the terms is negative and the other is positive, it's going to be a negative 3. So this is technically saying negative 3 is equal to x. Because I write so big, I'm actually going to erase this in order to do the second part of this question, which is to check our solution. So I figured out that x was equal to negative 3, but we're going to check to make sure that this is the correct answer. So to do that, I'm just going to take the original equation and I'm going to substitute the negative 3 into any spot that I see the x variable. Since our original equation was 15 minus 2x equals negative 7x, I've gone ahead and I've rewritten it as 15 minus 2 times our new value for x, which is negative 3, is equal to negative 7 times our new x value of negative 3. And now I'm just going to simplify this and hope that they end up being equal. If not, I might have done my problem wrong. I'm going to bring down my 15, and then I'm going to simplify my negative 2 times negative 3. So I'm going to be multiplying these two terms. So a negative 2 times a negative 3 makes a positive 6. So I'm going to put plus 6. And on the other side, I'm going to combine the negative 7 times negative 3. So because I get 21 equals 21, it shows me that our original answer of x was equal to a negative 3. It was correct.